Coming up next, a deadly farm accident strikes a local community. Plus, Hurricane Fiona leaves Puerto Rico devastated, and people here are worried for their relatives on the island.
We have it so good up here on the mainland, and they don't really have that much support and infrastructure to really handle such horrible natural disasters.
And alcohol sales come to Beaver Stadium, at least for this weekend. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Logan Barandas.
And I'm Marissa Yakinchik. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story, the Penns Valley community is mourning a father and his two sons killed in a farm accident in Potter Township. Michael DeBaton reports.
Andrew Byler, along with his two sons, aged 19 and 14, died Wednesday morning after entering a silo while working on their farm. The three died of asphyxiation from gases in the silo. Officials say the deaths were accidental.
The problem with the CO2 gas is we don't notice a smell. With nitrogen dioxide, you can have a chlorine bleach type of smell, not always, and then sometimes you can see it. It looks like orangish color.
Judd Michael, professor of agricultural and biological engineering, says the farm located on Lower Brush Valley Road likely has a bagged silo. These silos are mostly associated with Amish farms and probably contributed to the hazardous gases.
There are a number of safety steps you can take, such as never work by yourself, always make sure somebody else knows where you're at, and is ideally standing by outside to call 911.
This is called a self-contained breathing apparatus, or SCBA for short. According to Michael, this is the only approved device that is used in these situations. However, it's very costly and requires a lot of training in order to be able to use.
Center County Deputy Coroner Jason Brooks agrees that it is impossible to survive in a silo without proper equipment.
These gases replace the oxygen that's present in the air. They can also damage the cells that line the inside of the lungs and the respiratory tract, and they can result in rapid unconsciousness and death within several minutes.
In Potter Township, I'm Michael DeBaton for the Center County Report.
The deaths have officially been ruled accidental.
A Penn State professor faces criminal stalking charges and will be in court next month. Brandon Schwartz is an assistant research professor in the Department of Energy and Mineral Engineering. According to court documents, he is accused of trying to take photos up a university employee's skirt. He allegedly followed her and other women on the University Park campus over the summer.
Penn State is asking for a major increase in funding, saying it needs the money to keep tuition costs as low as possible. The university wants an increase of $115 million, or 47% more, for next year's state appropriation. The Board of Trustees will vote on the funding request today. The university says Penn State's per-student funding ranks last among Pennsylvania's public universities.
Penn State and Center County Volunteers in Medicine are hosting a free COVID vaccine clinic today. In the past week, Pennsylvania has averaged about 2,600 COVID cases per day. That's up about 8% from the average 2 weeks ago. Reporter Olivia Corman is live at the Bryce Jordan Center. Olivia?
Thanks, Logan. I'm here outside the Bryce Jordan Center where people are waiting to get the next COVID-19 booster. This new booster protects against the original one and also the new variant. This is open from now until 2 p.m. today, and if you come later, you're going to need to enter through. Also, make sure you have your vaccination card, your ID, and a mask to enter the building.
Thanks, Olivia. President Biden has declared a state of emergency in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Fiona devastated the island this week. And people in Pennsylvania with relatives there are keeping a close eye on what's happening. Reporter Andrea Snowdy has more.
For the second time in 5 years, Puerto Rico has been slammed by a hurricane. This week, Fiona unleashed heavy rain, flooding, and disastrous landslides. Micheline Braffett told us the island is in bad shape.
I have not had power since yesterday. I have not had running water since yesterday. Traffic lights are not working, and a large majority of Puerto Rico is in the dark.
At least 8 people have died. Puerto Ricans living here in Pennsylvania are worried and waiting to hear from loved ones.
The last I've heard from my family is that all of the electricity and the water was cut off and that there has been no communication, and my family has just been watching the news for any sort of information about what's going on down there.
Hundreds of Puerto Ricans are being rescued from their homes. Multiple aid and National Guard soldiers are being deployed to the island. Although resources are low, Puerto Rican pride amongst the citizens remains high.
After everything we experienced with Maria, us Puerto Ricans have learned to survive with resiliency.
After Hurricane Maria in 2017, Latin artists including Jennifer Lopez, Marc Anthony, and Bad Bunny showed support by writing songs. This time, celebrities are using social media to show their support.
I'm proud to be Puerto Rican. I'm proud to be a Puerto Rican student of Penn State.
And now, the rebuild begins for an island that's hit hard again. I'm Andrea Snowdy for the Center County Report.
More than 1 million people in Puerto Rico are still without power or running water after the hurricane.
And drinking water is again the focus of an ongoing debate in Center County. Harris Township is asking the State College Bureau Water Authority to reconsider its decision to stop water fluoridation. The authority decided in July to end fluoridation by next March. Harris Township argues the process helps residents.
Penn State is warning students and the community about a dangerous form of drug called rainbow fentanyl. Experts say drug cartels are now using this new brightly colored fentanyl to market to young adults by passing off as candy in the form of pills, powder, and blocks. This drug is highly addictive and potentially deadly. State College Police did not want to talk with us about this story.
Penn State's Board of Trustees is expected to consider a proposal at its meeting today to expand alcohol sales to all fans at Beaver Stadium football games. Madison Miller has more.
The Penn State Board of Trustees Committee on Legal and Compliance created a proposal for the expansion of the sale of alcohol to the general public at Beaver Stadium. If approved, Penn State would join 8 other Big Ten schools in the sale of beer and/or wine in public areas at its home football games. The university currently holds licenses to serve alcoholic beverages at Medler Field, Pagula Ice Arena, Bryce Jordan Center, and the Penn State golf courses.
The 2021 Beaver Stadium study suggested that there needs to be more when it comes to improvements with fan experiences. One of these improvements is the addition to alcohol sales to the venue.
The general public has displayed mixed reactions about the possibility of alcohol sales at Beaver Stadium.
I'm thinking it's a really bad idea, and I don't like that a lot of young people hook up on alcohol. I don't like that. I don't like.
Take probably is that when people realize, Bud Lights or whatnot are $15, they're going to come back pretty quick.
Based off of my experience, see many, kids drink a lot of drinks in a short amount of time before entering the stadium. So I think they could actually space it out and drink in a more safe manner, knowing that there's some beer for them inside.
ICA has partnered with the OVG Hospitality Group to explore and establish a responsible alcohol beverage plan at home football games. The university still needs to secure the full Board of Trustees approval before proceeding. In University Park, I'm Madison Miller for the Center County Report.
The university has allowed limited sales of alcohol at venues since 2016.
After some rain this week, it sure feels like fall. Will the weekend be sunny? The 7-day forecast is coming up.
Plus, controversy over what a group is handing out at Penn State's campus. Also coming up, feeling stressed out? A new phone app may be able to help, and some people may be able to get it for free.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and locally produced shows from your station. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American.
We are there at the front line
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
After the summer Supreme Court ruling on abortion, the country remains divided over reproductive rights, and the conversation has reached Penn State University Park's campus.
Awesome. Handing out free contraceptives to college students isn't unusual, but it's getting more attention in this polarized election year, with the Supreme Court's abortion ruling playing a prominent role. Penn State's Planned Parenthood Generation says its mission is to educate the university community about reproductive health and rights.
We want to make sure that we provide equal opportunities and resources for all people with uteruses and men, women, non-binary, anyone we want to make sure feels comfortable on Penn State campus.
Others, like the well-known campus Willard preacher, disagree.
I think it's kind of a scam myself. Planned Parenthood is the biggest abortion provider in America, and giving out condoms is kind of one way of encouraging the premarital sex in the community.
Kenneth Codner is a pastor of Grace Baptist Church in Spring Mills. While he doesn't have an objection to the organization giving out free contraceptives, he sees it as a small part of a much bigger issue.
Every individual contraceptive that they hand out is considered a service. But if you consider the event as one service, then that's when abortion becomes a greater part of what they do.
Pennsylvania's current law allows for the termination of a pregnancy up to 24 weeks. But with the Supreme Court ruling still fresh, it's a hot issue here in Pennsylvania and around the nation.
In Pennsylvania, a patient must receive counseling that includes information designed to discourage her from having an abortion. Then wait 24 hours before the procedure is provided.
Hundreds of Penn State students in need will soon have free access to an app aimed at reducing stress. The Calm app, available on your phone, helps people improve their health and happiness through sleep and meditation techniques. Penn State student government recently approved a plan to pay for 600 annual subscriptions at a cost of more than $7,000.
Downtown State College has a new gym that's officially opened its doors. The new Planet Fitness held its grand opening yesterday in the former H&M space at the Fraser Center. H&M closed in the summer of 2021. This is now the fitness club's second location in the State College area.
Today is the first day of astronomical fall, and it certainly feels like it outside. If you've taken a trip outside today, you may notice plenty of sunny skies outside. However, it is currently only 54 degrees here at around noon, and the wind is making it feel a little bit chillier than it actually is. Though with our dew points in the mid-30s, this air mass over us right now is pretty dry, so we'll be seeing plenty of sunshine at least over the next day. As we look at temperatures around our region, most of them are in the mid-50s to lower 60s this morning. And this will be pretty consistent over the next couple of days, where we'll be seeing temperatures a bit lower than average for this time of year, especially as we ended astronomical summer above average. Most of the temperatures are about 10 to 20 degrees lower than they were at this time yesterday, and that'll be indicative of our weather as we continue into the weekend. Now, we'll stay pretty dry as we go through the day on Saturday, though we could have some clouds building up a little bit later in the day, but our showers begin to move in for the day on Sunday when a low pressure system begins to move into our region. A little bit of heavier rain and more consistent will be around Sunday, around midday. And as we go into the afternoon, these rain showers will become a little bit more scattered. And as we go into the beginning of the work week next week, you can put away that umbrella because high pressure will begin to move in after this low pressure system. But before we can get to that, we have to get into tonight. So today, looking at a high of around 61, which is almost 10 degrees lower than average for this time of year. Average is around 68 with plenty of sunshine, though it will feel a little bit cool. And as we go into tonight, we could have a low of around 40 degrees, so be sure to pack a jacket for tonight, so it'll be a little bit chilly and we will have some increasing clouds as well. And for the day tomorrow, looking at temperatures a bit more average, but plenty of sunshine, and it'll be perfect for our Central Michigan football game, where we could have some clouds coming in the afternoon, but you may want to pack a jacket for the beginning of the game. Now for our 7-day forecast, it's going to be a bit chilly for the first week of fall, and we could have those showers begin to build in, particularly for the end of the weekend and the beginning of the work week next week. But as high pressure begins to build in for the beginning of our work week, we will have our sunshine returning, but temperatures still below average for this time of year.
Nice. So it's sounding like a good weekend to break out the light jackets.
Yeah, and as the weather starts to get a little bit chillier, some Penn State sports teams are heating up. Madison, what do you have for us over the sports desk?
Thanks, Logan. Penn State football tries to stay unbeaten tomorrow at Beaver Stadium. We have a preview next. And kids from around the area had a chance to shoot some hoops with a Lady Lions basketball star as part of a new program.
My skin, think it's time I find my place here.
Fasten your seatbelt.
You're taking my breath away.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Amazing.
Well, what are you waiting for?
You belong here. This is your home.
What is your sense now of the humanitarian situation?
This is making me emotional.
This experience I'm going to carry with me the rest of my life.
I'll always be so grateful for everything you did for me.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I'm Madison Miller with sports. Undefeated Penn State football is back at home tomorrow against Central Michigan. Joseph Callahan has our game preview.
Another week gone, another chance to see Penn State football. After headed down south and taking down Auburn in blazing fashion, the Nittany Lions look to continue their win streak and climb higher in the AP poll rankings.
Penn State is now ranked 14th in the nation, and headed into Central Michigan, they're facing a similar opponent scheme-wise, and for some, in more ways than one.
Central Michigan is a run-heavy team, much like Auburn. Running back Lou Nichols III led the nation last year in carries and yards. Coach Franklin says, however, that they're ready for the challenge. He also mentioned that some of his defensive players have a little insight on the man.
You're talking about a really productive back. I think he actually went to high school with the King brothers, if I remember correctly. But different style back. Tank was extremely quick and explosive. This kid's very well-rounded, very productive, but probably a different style runner.
The defense remains ready to take care of business, especially in the front seven.
Pretty similar for the most part. Obviously, kind of every game plan starts with, you got to be able to stop the run. If you don't stop the run, you're probably not going to win the game.
The Lions look to crack the top 10 after starting the season unranked.
Kickoff is tomorrow at noon, and you can listen to the game live on Penn State's Com Radio. Now on to some high school football. Our After the Whistle Game of the Week tonight features State College at home against Central Dauphin. The Little Lions remain undefeated at 4-0, while Central Dauphin is 1-3. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Tune into our After the Whistle tonight at 11:15 for full coverage on our PSU Belisario College Student Media YouTube channel. And now on to the ice. Penn State women's hockey wraps up a 2-game series tonight against the Wisconsin Badgers. The blue and white pulled off a 4-1 major upset over the third-ranked Badgers last night. Freshman Tessa Janicki scored twice in her debut, while goaltender Josie Bothan made 27 saves. Coach Jeff Campersall called this win one of the biggest of his career.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I've coached a lot of years, and this is one of the most special wins just for the amount of work and things that they put into to get here.
Tonight's puck drop is at 7 o'clock as the Lions try for an upset sweep of the Badgers. Now the rain did not stop the Nittany Lions last night as Penn State women's soccer beat Rutgers 2-0. The 2 goals came from Allie Schlegel and Penelope Hawking. This was a huge win for Penn State because Rutgers was unbeaten and ranked number 4 in the nation. The Nittany Lions will be back at Jeffrey Field Sunday at noon when they take on Illinois. The women's volleyball team will host its first 2 Big Ten matches this weekend. The Lions are ranked number 9 nationally, and they're undefeated at 11-0 after sweeping the Penn State Classic last weekend. Next up is Indiana tonight and Michigan tomorrow. Lady Lions basketball player Anna Camden is busy these days. She's an athlete, she's involved with an NIL group, and she just held her first ever basketball camp for kids. Austin Groff says the event was a hit with the young players.
All right, let me see what you got. Pump fake. Woo!
Penn State women's basketball player Anna Camden brought the energy as she hosted an event called Camp Camden. It's a basketball camp organized through Camden's NIL agency and her teammates. Kids got a chance to work on their hoop skills, play games like Knockout, and get photos with players.
I think it went amazing. I could not be more happy with how it went. We had more numbers showed up than we were supposed to, which is a great problem to have. It was a little crowded and chaotic at times, but again, a great problem to have.
Not only did Camp Camden give participants an opportunity to improve upon their skills, but it also raised money for a great cause.
All proceeds from the camp are donated to the State College YMCA Anti-Hunger Fund. Clearfield resident Missy Helsel brought 3 kids to the camp.
Being able to do something local here in State College and it going to charity like that, I think that's great for her. I think it's great for the community and great for these kids that are coming and being a part of it, the little kids.
Being a role model or having girls look up to, like the fact that we had 50 kids in the gym today for a camp called Camp Camden is absolutely wild, and I'm so thankful for it. It's a really inspiring feeling, and it just makes me want to be better every single day for them. Good job, guys. Good job, guys. Woo-hoo! I had girls that I looked up to who were college basketball players, and I assumed that one day I would have the same, but nothing to this magnitude. This is all just, I'm just really grateful for it. Hey, good job! I would love to have future Camp Camdens. I've got some ideas up my sleeve, but they're gonna stay up my sleeve for right now.
In State College, I'm Austin Groff for the Center County Report.
PG school, baby! PG school!
Another big name at Penn State is Chad Powers. No, that's not a real person, but his story is now a national viral sensation. In the popular ESPN video, former New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning tried out undercover for the Penn State football team as a walk-on under a different name. It exploded on social media. T-shirts are now being sold, and even Coach James Franklin is talking about it.
When it comes to Chad Powers and Eli, we got a pretty good relationship with the Manning family. Obviously, he's been able to win at the very, very highest level. So that was a good opportunity there as well. So it just made sense.
That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Madison. Coming up next, a $1,000 kick got this Penn State student a scholarship. We talk with a lucky winner about his winning kick before 107,000 fans.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Support your PBS station and you can get Passport, giving you full seasons, early releases, special collections, and more. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
We care about things that affect the lives of every American.
We are there at the front line
to get to the heart of what really matters in every issue.
This country has not seen this in 80 years.
This extraordinary moment in American history.
You're making such a huge impact.
Trust is at the heart of what we do.
Central Michigan comes into tomorrow's game against Penn State as 28-point underdogs. They could get lucky, but few will be as lucky as one Penn State student was at the last home game. Telecommunications major Aiden Torok made the kick of a lifetime to win $1,000 scholarship in front of 107,000 fans at Beaver Stadium. Torok talked with us about how much recognition he got in the days following the kick.
Well, even after the game, like just walking back to a tailgate, people would stop me and just like congratulate me because they recognized me. Like I got free cookies at one place. Even walking to class on Monday, people walked up to me and said congratulations on the kick. It's been really cool. It's been awesome. Like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'll never forget it. I'll tell my kids about it.
Torok said his friend was asked to attempt the kick first, but once he said no, he didn't waste his opportunity.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us Tuesday for our next local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news and watch our stories on our Center County Report social media. You'll find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good afternoon.
This is a moment. There's a whole wide world out there.
This is a battlefield.
The river is the most important part of nature.
Humans have never done this before.
So many senses have come alive. We go with what the environment gives us. We are supposed to protect it.
It's a real drama, and it's unfolding right in front of you.
This will show us so many things that we just haven't seen.
Change is coming.
Start a new adventure as big as you imagine.
So you see, son,
Good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, or talk with your mouth full. Keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.